Hey, it's Aldea. Welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and I'm going to be reviewing as well these concealers. If you guys remember when I first started my channel, I want to say this was my second upload. I believe that is correct. I pretty much reviewed this as well as the primer. However, I wasn't really the biggest fan of the primer, so now I'm back today again to basically show you guys the foundation one more time. And now I've added 3 of the concealers to my circular, so pretty much is what I will be reviewing today. So the very first thing I'm going to do is start off by moisturizing my skin. And just to start my routine, I'm going to be using the Tumeric oil from the Advanced Clinicals, and pretty much it helps over time with acne scars. I've been using this since August, and I haven't been using this consistently because on a monthly basis I do experience hormonal acne, and it will come up in different areas of my face. It's not always a consistent breakout, so there'll be moments when you see like certain areas clearer than others, but you know, this is what my face looks like now. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been consistent with this oil at all, but you know, that's just how it is. So I'm pretty much going to be skipping out on serum for today, and I'm going to be using 2 moisturizers instead. One that has a very, you know, light texture, and then another one that has a more creamy texture. To begin, I'll be using the Watermelon Pink Juice Moisturizer, and this is from Glow Recipe. The next product that I'm going to be using is the water cream from Saturday Skin. So since I got the water cream a couple months ago, either in my November or December BoxyCharm, I had been using it, but it's a part of the rotation of moisturizers that I use. I don't, you know, predominantly use it by itself. The next product that I'll be using is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and for this one it's in the shade Universal Sheer. I decided to be a little bit generous with the primer. I'm going to be taking my Luxie sponge and my honeymoon powder, and I'm pretty much going to be powdering my entire face before I apply any foundation to the skin. Using one of the stars of today's show, and it's going to be the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and I got this in the shade Mocha. If I'm not mistaken, this is the shade that I bought it in the last time. Actually, I got this at first, if I'm not mistaken, in the shade 21, but this time I got it in the shade 19 because I have, in my opinion, gotten a little lighter since using that last foundation. And I did also mention in that video that I was not the biggest fan of the shade because it was a little bit more on the red side than I was, you know, accustomed to. So I got this one because it is a little bit more yellow. So this is number 19 out of the 45 shades that they carry. I just put 3 pumps at the back of my hand, and with my Luxie foundation sponge, I'm pretty much going to pick it up and apply it to the face. So in my opinion so far, a little bit of this foundation goes a long way. I still have a lot on the back of my hand, as you can see. So I believe that 3 pumps will be enough to give me not only good coverage, but also complete my entire face. So now this is the appearance of my skin after 3 pumps of foundation. This is pretty much what it looks like. I like doing that. I have seen the hyperpigmentation peeking through the foundation just a little bit. So I'm pretty much now going to go into the claims of the foundation while this dries down, so I can pretty much, you know, let you guys know what it does. I got the information from Ulta. So pretty much it says that it is a lightweight, waterproof, pigmented AF foundation. It comes in 45 shades. It is transfer proof and it is 24-hour wear. In addition to that, it says it helps to control shine, it's non-comedogenic, and it pretty much works for normal, oily, combination, and sensitive skin type. It says that it is a full coverage foundation and it's best suited for oily skin, and it's also vegan and cruelty free. Based off of the claims of the foundation, it says that it is a full coverage foundation, it is waterproof, transfer proof, and pretty much, you know, all of the nitty-gritties that I mentioned before. I can say is that it takes me a little bit longer throughout the day to get oily with this product. To be honest, the last time I used this was in 2018, so of course, you know, my skin routine has changed since that particular time. But I know for sure that this foundation pretty much is a good standalone product. I did not repurchase it at the time because I pretty much got into using Fenty, but I like going back and, you know, trying things that I really loved at the time. So I won't be doing a wear test today, but I will be sure to update you guys either in the comment section or whatever the case is, because as it is today, I'm not going anywhere, so there's no need for me to, you know, keep it on for a couple hours just to see how it works. I prefer to update you guys after I would have worn it for at least 8 months. I'm going to go into the concealers, and I decided to get it in 3 shades pretty much because I like the whole highlight, skin tone, and contour shades of concealer. So I got these 3 shades, and I got the second to last shade, which is called Espresso. Then I also got it in the shade Golden Honey, and I got it in the shade Cappuccino. So I did not really take the time to cross-reference, I just kind of looked based off of what was there, and I decided to get these 3 colors. Basically what I'm going to be using it is for to highlight, to conceal, and to contour. So I'm pretty much going to show you guys what my routine looks like if I pretty much did any of those things. Before I get into that, I pretty much just want to read you guys the claims just so that I don't forget. Pretty much it is suitable for all skin types. It's lightweight, transfer proof. It basically covers the 3 major complexions, which I'm assuming would be light, medium, and dark. Like I mentioned, there is 1 shade darker than this one, and if I'm not mistaken, it is called Walnut. So there are, I think that the shade range is pretty extensive. It's a buildable and matte as well. It covers acne and scarring, and it's also very creamy, leaves a soft matte finish. It's waterproof, and like the foundation, it is also cruelty free and vegan. So pretty much the claims that were made for the foundation are pretty much the claims that are being made for the concealer, and you guys already know I love the foundation, so I'm pretty much just excited to try these and see exactly how nicely they work. So just to start off, it comes with kind of a lipsticky applicator, so we're gonna see how well, you know, that also works. Right off the bat, I definitely do think that Cappuccino is already brightening enough, so it is something that I can use as a standalone product. I don't have to mainly, you know, focus on using Golden Honey. So this is pretty much how I map out my face with the shade that is closest to my skin tone. And now I'm going to use Golden Honey and fill in the other areas of my face that I typically highlight. I'm not using a lot because, as you could tell, it's pretty intense, it's very brightening, and I mean, it could go wrong really quickly. So I'm trying to be very, you know, sparing with the product. This is pretty much how I use it, and now I'm going to go in and contour. So when I'm contouring, I like mapping it out from the top of my ear and just bringing it no further than the arch of my brow. And then I like blending out the product so that it's not so harsh. And because I do have a rounder face, because I clearly am plus size, I'm pretty much going to apply the concealer in this area. So I know typically it would be closer to the hairline, but because of how I like my face to appear, I definitely go a little, I take my contour a little closer to the center of my face. So I pretty much duplicate the same thing on the other side. And then I take it all over the top of my forehead. Can't forget about the jawline. And then I'll save my nose for later because I just prefer to do it that way. Before applying any powder, of course, we have to blend everything out. So I'm going to start off first with my chin and then move up to the rest of my face. And I'm using the Luxie sponge as well. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the detail one. This is the detail sponge, my apologies. So already I am liking the coverage. I do have peach fuzz simply because I forgot to remove the excess hair that cultivates in that area of my face. So I feel like it is kind of accentuating my femme stash. So now I'm going to go under the eye and pretty much just concentrate the concealer in that color, in that area. Whenever I'm doing concealer, I typically like to take it on the sides of my nose because it pretty much helps me when I'm going to go in for contouring reasons. And I just like to slow it down and just sort of be very intentional with where I'm placing the product. I kind of got a bit of the foundation mixed into that. So I'm pretty much just, trying to turn the sponge to accommodate it because I don't want my contour to be in the places that I didn't put it. So I'm going to move my mirror and look upward and then pretty much get that golden honey color directly under my eye. So pretty much, as you can see, I've pretty much been able to sculpt the sides of my nose as well as taking it directly under the eye without widening my face in any way. So I've pretty much been using these sponges ever since I originally made my BoxyCharm video for the month of February. I don't remember when I made it. I think it was about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, but pretty much every day since then I've been trying to use these sponges so I have like a very accurate understanding of how they work. And definitely I do believe that this particular sponge is a lifesaver. I know I've tried several in the past, and I personally do not believe that they work as well as this one does in terms of being very intentional with how you place it. But then again, my artistry, skill set, and knowledge now is much different to when, I would have started or even 2 years ago. So maybe that's the reason, but also now that this is the one that I have handy, I may, if you guys, let me know that it's something you want to see, I may go back to the original one that I was trying now that I have developed a little more and give you guys a dupe video or just a comparison video, whatever you want to see. Just let me know if you want to see it. So pretty much my face is now completely highlighted, and I will say the coverage of this product is really nice. My opinion is just really nice. It sits really well, it blends really well, and I know you can't say that about a lot of concealers, especially from the drugstore. Like, that's typically not something that we can all be on the same page about, so definitely very happy with how the concealer blended and how well it is going to, and how well it's drying. So now I'm going to blend in my contour, but instead of using a sponge, I'm going to be using a brush because I kind of want it to be a little bit more blended. and then pretty much just softening it up. On my nose and using a very small amount of the product. So pretty much this is how I like to look, very highlighted, very contoured, and very intentional. Next, I'm going to use my Luxie sponge once again, and I'm now going to go into the sort of baking and sculpting process, and then I'll go into contouring. Now I'm going to contour using my medium to dark kit from the True Complexion Contour Palette from the company Black Radiance. So after everything, this is how my face is looking, and I'm pretty much going to finish up my makeup, and then I will be back to give you guys my final thoughts on this foundation and these concealers.
3 hours later.
To share my final thoughts with you guys, I am definitely a huge fan of how well it stayed. Typically, I don't use 3 concealers. I typically only use 2, but when I saw how extensive the shade range was, I pretty much just wanted to dabble in and see how well the shades would work for me, if they're versatile or if it's just, you know, I am just considered to be in one bracket. I purchased these from CVS in January, I believe, and I haven't touched it because I wanted this experience to be very organic. So I will be updating you guys in the comment section after I've worn it for a couple of hours. At the point of this video, I've only been wearing it for about 2 hours, and so I want to, you know, see how well everything holds up throughout an 8-hour shift, because that's typically how long we work anyway. So I want to see how well it works, and I'll be sure to update you guys down in the comment section. So before you guys go, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to today's video. And when you are subscribing, be sure to turn on post notifications, put it on all, just so that you're able to see each and every upload that I make. You guys can follow me across all platforms. I now have a Facebook page to pretty much every aspect of creativity that I am trying to accomplish this year. So TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, not Twitter, but pretty much all of my platforms are now under the name Hey It's Ardea. So if you'd like to follow me, be sure to connect all of the socials there, and also have a few quick links in the description that you guys can that you guys can click and be linked with me as well. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.